The movies are a lie. They promised you the apocalypse would be a high-octane thrill ride of leather jackets, car chases, and slow-motion zombie kills. Here is the tedious truth. The apocalypse is just a camping trip that never ever ends, and everything is actively trying to give you dysentery. While your neighbor practices cool katana swings in his backyard, he will actually starve to death in 3 weeks because he never learned how to boil water. Survival isn't about looking like a post-apocalyptic action figure. It's about becoming a highly competent janitor for your own biology. If you want to survive the end of the world, stop buying tactical gear and start mastering these 5 incredibly boring yet essential skills. Number 1. Knot tying. The reusable engineering. I know, it sounds like something you learn in Scouts before getting bullied for being a nerd, but in a world without hardware stores, a single knot is the only thing holding your life together. Literally. Duct tape runs out, glues dry up, but a good rope and a proper knot? That is reusable, reliable engineering. If you can't tie a taut line hitch, your shelter will shred itself the first time a strong breeze blows through. If you can't tie a bowline, you can't haul gear up an incline or secure a heavy load to your pack. A simple square knot won't cut it. If your knot knowledge ends at tying your shoelaces, you're going to have a profoundly miserable and wet experience. The person who knows 5 crucial knots can build a fortress out of sticks and tarps. The person who doesn't is just sleeping under a pile of damp refuse. Number 2, friction fire, beating the mechanical clock. Lighters are wonderful, but they are finite mechanical devices filled with a limited fuel supply. Eventually, that click will stop producing a flame. And if your plan B is praying while rubbing 2 random sticks together, you're going to freeze. Fire isn't just warmth, it's cooked food, sterilized water, and critical morale. You must master the physics of friction fire, the bow drill, the ferro rod, the flint and steel. You need to know how to coax a tiny, precious ember out of damp tinder when the rain is coming down sideways and your hands are numb. Fire is the non-negotiable boundary between a cold night and deadly hypothermia. It's the oldest technology we possess, and if you lose it, you're not a survivor. You're a human popsicle. Number 3, the art of deep field patching. In the old world, when your jacket ripped, you'd toss it. In the new world, a hole in your gear is a breach in your defenses. It lets the cold in, and it lets the water in. Basic needlework isn't a grandmother's hobby. It's emergency field surgery for your equipment. You must know how to patch a tent, stitch a tear in your backpack, and, crucially, darn a sock. If you walk 4 hours a day in socks with holes, you get blisters. Blisters get infected. With zero access to antibiotics, an infected foot means you stop moving. And in the apocalypse, if you stop moving, you become scenery. Pick up a needle. Field dressing, the messy reality of protein. This is the truly gross part, sorry. Meat does not naturally exist in clean, plastic-wrapped trays. It exists inside an animal, covered in fur, guts, and a bad temper. If you manage to trap a rabbit or catch a fish, do you genuinely know how to process it into food without rupturing the intestines and contaminating the meal? Can you skin it without destroying the hide for future use? If your first impulse upon seeing a dead squirrel is to vomit, you're going to have a severe caloric problem. You need to become intimately comfortable with the anatomy of your dinner. It is messy, it will smell, but it is the only way you guarantee a stable supply of protein. Number 5, water security, the liar's clarity. Clear water is a deceitful killer. Just because a mountain stream looks pristine doesn't mean it isn't teeming with microscopic parasites throwing a party. If you drink straight from a river, you are rolling the dice with dysentery, giardia, and cholera. You must know how to construct a reliable filtration system using sand and charcoal. You need to know the exact duration required to boil the water to ensure all the pathogens are dead, or rolling boil for 1 full minute, longer at high altitude. Understand this, water is the single most dangerous thing you put into your body. Conclusion. Skills weigh nothing. You can carry them in your head forever. They cannot be stolen. They do not break. They never run out of batteries. While everyone else is looting flat-screen TVs they can't plug in, you're the one sitting by a warm fire, eating a cooked meal under a shelter that doesn't leak. That is what victory looks like.